Hey everyone, this is Tim from YourSixGaming. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how to change your controller's dead zones in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and this is very easy to do. And you definitely want to do this to get more accurate aim when you're playing. So your small little movements that you make on your controller are represented in the game, and the default could be a little bit too big for the dead zone, so you definitely want to change this. So press Options, tab on over here using R1, go to Controller. Then use R1 or L1 and go to Controller, and go on down under here and go to where it says Controller and press square to see more options. And we can test our thumbsticks right now. So let's press this and we can see if we're at 0, 0, 0 right now for the left and the right sticks. So I don't have any stick drift on here. It looks like it's pretty much good. And you want to use this to determine what your left and your right stick dead zones will be for the minimum. So if you have like -1 or -2, you probably want to have at least a 1 or a 2 for your stick dead zone minimum. So let's go back. And then we have left stick minimum. We want to bring this down to maybe like 4 or 5. So if you have like a 0, 0, you could probably turn off the dead zones completely. But most of the time, I would recommend just leave at like 1 or 2, having it small, because your controller's probably going to have some sort of dead zone issue at some point in time where you get stick drift. So just adjust the left one right here. And I can go all the way to 0, but 3 is fine for me. And the right stick is at 3 as well. So just turn it on down to like 4 or 5 and you should be good. And then you definitely want to bring the L2 button down to pretty much 0 right here. So when you press the left trigger or the right trigger, as soon as you start touching it, well, it's going to start shooting. So you don't have to press it in like 15% or something like that. By default, I think it is at like 15%. So just adjust this so you can be a little bit more accurate. Now when I just press this just a little bit, I don't have to press it in nearly as much as I would before. And there's still some delay in there with the right trigger, but not nearly as much. And now I should be able to go through just small movements. And it should be a little bit easier for me just to aim left or right now. But definitely get rid of the dead zones. If you're on like a third-party controller, like a Razer PDP, or one of those Wolverine controllers, those have intrinsic dead zones. So you might be trying to lower the dead zone in the game, and you won't get anywhere near a 0. You're gonna be by default probably at like a 10% dead zone still. So I have the PDP Victress, and I don't use this controller in Call of Duty because it's worthless, even though it's a $200 Pro controller. Get the DualSense Edge controller. You can actually bring the dead zones down to 0. So this will be a better controller if you're going to be legit playing. But hopefully this video did indeed help you out. If it did, leave it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below for more tech videos coming up next on YourSixGaming.